Okay, it's on. Hey everyone, this is Carson Minter, your foil coach for this semester, and let me say I am so excited to be with you guys, well, not with you guys, I'll explain in a minute, for this fall semester. It is super weird this year, of course, and as you may notice, I am not in Oxford right now. I am actually up in my home in Twinsburg, Ohio. This is my backyard, and I figured it'd be the perfect place to do a little virtual training session with you guys, since I won't be able to be there in person. So in this short video, I'm going to go through some training exercises, both the easy and hard route, as well as some drills for you guys to do so that way you don't feel so alone. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you guys have each other down there, and for the new members, I'm super excited to be working with you. This is going to be a blast, I promise. So I guess I just want to talk a little bit about the fact that fitness is super important for fencing. I have a vivid memory of just last semester going down to the Arnold. And I went up against a foe who was way stronger and way faster than me. And although I might have had the skills to beat him, I certainly didn't have the physical ability to. So in an effort to help remedy that, I want to get more into physicality this semester. But I also want to be able to catering to you guys no matter what fitness level you are. So I have developed two different passive exercises, and I'll go through both of them in this video. Hopefully this will lead to a super fun and super productive practice for everyone. So to start off with, I have forward lunges. Now, forward lunge is pretty simple. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Of course, this is the easy route of the exercises. You're just going to bring your foot forward, bring it back up. You're going to do 5 each leg of those. However, if you're in a little more of a saucy mood, you think you're a little bit better and a little more athletic, I can recommend forward backwards lunges, which is when you go from a forward lunge, and instead of returning to neutral, you're actually going to go into a backward lunge. Bring your foot back, and you're going to do 5 each side with both legs. So with just the forward lunge, it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it will take the people who are doing backwards forward lunges a little bit more time, since you know they're going forward to backward to neutral to forward to backward to neutral. All right, so that's the first exercise done out of the way. Next up, we're going to be doing some bicycles. Now, it's going to be pretty hard for me to show you since the angle of the camera doesn't allow me to get on the ground. So I'm going to run back, and you probably won't be able to see me very well, or especially not hear me, but hopefully you'll be able to get a little bit of, most of you guys know what bicycles are, but hopefully this will enlighten you if you don't. All right, so hopefully that was, you were able to see me there, but more importantly, easy route for that. Do 30 of them. If you're going hard route, do 20 more. Go for 50. Next one we're gonna do is, if I'm not mistaken, we are going to do some lateral hops. So what lateral hops are is essentially, these are going to help with our explosiveness again on the lunges, as well as keeping our leg strength up for keeping it on guard. So lateral hops are going to look like this. You get the idea? However, for the hard route, we're going to be looking for forward backwards hops. These are a little scarier to do, but they're still really good for you. So and so on and so forth. You're going to want to do about 5 each side of those. And beyond that, hopefully this is already working up a sweat for you guys like it's working up for me. Beyond that, our fourth exercise is going to be push-up or sideways sit-ups. So what you're going to do is, again, this is going to require me to get on the ground because this is an abdomen exercise. Abdominals are super important for fencing. They are the core of what allows you to stay up straight. They are what allows you to move back and forth so easily. But most importantly, they are the structure for our main frame. We want to keep that tight as possible to make sure that we can provide our best foot forward when it comes to actual bouts. So I'm going to go into a side push-up hold. I'll show you guys what that's about, and then I'll go into what the hard version of this is. So for starters, I'm going to get down on the ground, and I'm going to lift my left hand up and go into a side plank with both arms straight. You're going to want to hold it for 30 seconds on your right side, 30 seconds on your left side. And then finally, for the hard version of that, you're going to want to do, instead of timing yourself, you're going to want to do 10 side planks to push-ups. And what those are is essentially me going down on the ground again. Actually, you know, I'm going to go back for this one. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to hop down on the ground. So as you can see, that was more of going from that side plank into a push-up and reappearing on the other side. Doing 10 reps of that ought to get a good sweat going. All right, and that, there should only really be one more. Last one, I promise. I know you guys might be a little tired by now, but I promise it's so worth it. Last up, we're gonna have speed skaters. This is a relatively chilled out exercise where you're going to be hopping like this. Since I'm hopping to the right in this, bring my left foot behind and touch down to my right foot. Hop out, this time to the left, so I'm gonna bring my right foot behind and touch down to my left foot. Doing all of this while keeping a low center of gravity is key. For these, easy route's gonna do about 15, hard route's gonna do 20. And that should wrap up our exercises. However, there is still a little bit more. Jessica, Michael, hope you guys are actually there. But these next few are gonna be drills that we involve actually using our weapon for. So, I have my own trusty foil right here. Love her to death. But if you are a new member or someone who might not have their own set of gear and has no access to someone, a surprisingly good alternative to an actual foil is an umbrella. And I'm actually going to be doing all these drills essentially with an umbrella. So to start off with, I want to go into some target practice. Target practice for you guys there at the rec. It's going to be using the basically disembodied handles, and you're going to be poking them. I'm sure some of you guys have done it before, but it's a really effective way to work on point control, which is super important in foil because we have one of the smallest target areas. And then for those of you at home, specifically, sorry, it's really hot out here. But for those of you at home, you can do the same thing, but maybe work on it instead of like those, since you probably don't have like a spare disc lying around, see if you have any old, and hear me out on this, see if you have any old action figures or like clay or like Lego blocks, and set those at about a surface at eye level. And you'll want to move them around, but basically set a few of them down and work on lunging and poking at them. So you can stand up and do it straight, or you can lean into it and lunge for a more effective drill workout. So from the side, again, you're going to be on guard, front foot facing that way, back foot facing this way, squat down, and you're going to extend out and hopefully hit exactly where your partner is holding the disc. Hopefully the next time I demonstrate this drill, my sister will actually be willing to help me with this. But otherwise, for now, that's about all I've got. One more drill to finish it out, and then we'll go right into bouts. So this next drill, for those of you at the rec, is going to be the box drill. Jessica can explain it to you if you still have questions after I'm done with it. But basically, you're going to alternate lunge hits from chest areas down to hip. So chest, hip, core, other chest. And you're going to use those to essentially, you know, hip, stomach, chest, shoulder. You guys have gotten the idea. A lot of you returning members are going to be at the rec specifically instead of the new members. So for the new members, I have an entirely different drill. This can be done pretty easily in your homes, again, with even an umbrella, and as long as you have a door in your house, hopefully you have a door in your house, this will be a pretty easy drill to complete. So this drill is going to involve a doorknob. So say that this camera right here is a doorknob. It's about like this big. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. You're going to essentially practice some time doing a consistent circle around this doorknob. Doing that consistent circle around this doorknob is going to allow you for some better point control, better handling of your blade, and doing all of this while on guard is especially important because maintaining on guard position for a very long time is one of the keys of any bout. Now, as far as drills go, I'm pretty sure this is straightforward. I don't think there's too much explaining for you guys at the rec since a lot of you are returning members and you've done these drills before. But for new members, hopefully I've explained everything correctly. If there are things you have questions on, please tell me. There is nothing more dangerous than doing an exercise incorrectly. Really, there isn't. So with that in mind, I'm gonna leave you guys off with a bout tip. So this practice is bout tip. If you guys do go into bouts, I know it's the first practice, so it might be a little early for that. But if you guys go into bouts, don't focus on winning. Focus on your fundamentals. You know, your opponent might be gunning you down with a lot of rapid strikes. Focus on a thorough parry, a thorough disengage, even if it's not the fastest. Getting that repetition down is the single best way to become a better fencer. And before the end of the semester, before you know it, you'll already be way ahead of where you thought you'd be. I seriously promise that if you focus on, especially in these early weeks and in this semester where we don't have competitions going on, to really just focus on becoming a better fencer skillfully, that speed, that quickness that some of the more experienced members have will dissipate in an instant. As well as following those exercises I told you about, moving forward and just going through with them to the end is really the best way to keep yourself healthy physically and for fencing. So yeah, with that in mind, guys, I super wish I can be on campus with you guys. There are currently 248 cases of COVID in Ox right now at the time of recording this. I don't know if there will be more by the time this video gets posted. But at the same time, please stay safe. Please do not go to any risky gatherings. I want to be there with you guys, not only because of the fact that it will keep you all healthy, because we don't know how, it's always better to not take the risk of what could happen if you do contract COVID. But more importantly, I want to be with you guys right now. And in order for that to happen, Greg made it very clear. We got to make sure we're staying safe. We got to make sure that rise in cases stems itself. All right, the video is running at about 14 minutes, just over. So with that in mind, guys, I'm going to sign off. Hopefully I will see you guys down there sometime, and this will all pass through smoothly. But other than that, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to a wonderful virtual / in-person semester with you guys this fall. All right, bye.